Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am going to do a get ready with me video today, and it's this everyday makeup look. For the most part, I don't really have time, not with 2 kids anyways, to spend an hour in the mirror. So this is something that you can achieve in 20 minutes. So if you would like to see how I do it, please keep watching. Okay, so the first step is I apply moisturizer, and my favorite one is this Elizabeth Arden Millenium Day Renewal Emulsion. And the reason I like this one is because it's very water-based and it's not like sticky and tacky. I'll just take like a little scoopful and just apply it all over my face. And it gives like a nice glow to the skin too. All right, so I have really dark circles, so I kind of do a 2-step concealer process. The concealer that I use is the 24-hour, this is actually new, but the bad thing is like I guess the color for the new 24-hour is a little bit lighter. It's not the same as the Prolong Wear, so this is actually not the right shade. So I will just apply some under my eye, and then this also works as a primer for me. And so I'll just use a beauty blender. I like how this concealer also has a really yellow base, so it kind of cancels out, you know, like the dark blue undertones of my bags. Okay. And for the most part on a day-to-day, I don't even bother using foundation, just because I usually don't find that I have the time. But since I'm doing a get ready with me, I'll go ahead and show you what kind of foundation I use. The one that I like the best is Makeup Forever. The shade that I use for the Makeup Forever is the N123, and this one has kind of like a golden undertone. So I'll just do 1 small pump. It's really, this is all I need. I don't like to go heavy with the foundation. And then I'll just actually, maybe that wasn't enough. Let me just add a little bit more. So just dot it all over my face and then blend it. There we go. And for my powder, if I don't have time and I'm not using liquid foundation, I skip that step and I just go for the bareMinerals. I use the shade Golden Medium, and you know, I just add a little bit to the cap, maybe just about that much. And then my favorite brush to use to apply is the It Cosmetics Kabuki brush, but it's really nice, it's really soft, and I'll just like swirl, tap, and then if I've already applied the liquid foundation, then I'll just kind of tap this into my skin. Make sure I get some on the eyelids. So the one thing about bareMinerals is, well, at least I find that it doesn't really quite sit on the skin like immediately. So when you first apply it, I feel like it kind of has like a white cast. This has SPF, so maybe that's part of the reason why. But it takes about, I'd say maybe like 30 minutes before the oils in your skin kind of absorb the foundation, and then it just looks like, it looks really nice. But when you first apply it, I feel like, you know, like it takes a while for it to kind of settle into your skin. So after I apply the foundation, what do I do next? Okay, so we'll do the eyes. So now we're gonna do the eyes. I'm gonna use Tarte's Tartelette Palette, and this one is all the matte palette. And so what is really nice about it too is it kind of just makes it really easy. I know some people are really creative with eyeshadow, and you know, they'll pick a bunch of different colors, but I like how they're kind of like in a quad family. So for me today, I think I'm gonna go with the shade up here. And there's also really nice purple tones too, but we're just gonna stick with the brown tones today. The brush that I like to use is Morphe's E13, and this one is kind of a flat eyeshadow brush. It's fluffy and it's flat on one end, it's tapered and flat on one end. So I'll just go with this first shade here, Free Spirit. And then I'll just apply it under the brow bone. And basically kind of just swipe it all over. For the transition color, I'm gonna take the I'm gonna use Force of Nature. And then the brush that I like to use is the E28. Also by in the Morphe Elite collection. Then I'll just dip into this. Okay, so I'll just dip into Force of Nature. And well, I just kind of, I always like to apply my eyeshadow with my eyes open. You know, if you just relax your eyes, you can kind of feel where, you know, where your brow bone and your crease is. So I will just kind of do a, you know, kind of like a wind wiping motion here. I've been doing my eyeshadow the same way for the longest time, and it's just kind of a habit. So even if I switch like to a different palette and use different colors, the technique that I use is pretty consistent. I love using, this is actually my favorite brush, the MAC 217. And then I'm gonna take the third shade, which is Dreamer. And the great thing about the MAC 217 is it's flat, so you can kind of use two sides. So if you want to get deep into the crease, you want to use, you know, you want to use it when it's flat. But if you want to blend it, then you can turn the brush and then kind of, you know, blend it. See what I'm doing here? So when it's flat like this, you can get into the crease. So I'll start here and then just kind of go into the crease there. And then you can turn the brush and blend it. So it makes it really easy. So I'll do the other side. After the 217, you can take like a fluffy brush. This one works really great, the E23, which is, it's different than the crease brush because you see how this is like a tapered end, and this one is kind of like flat on top. So it's really great for blending. So because I don't usually take my eyeshadow all the way across the lid, what I do is I'll just go back with like the second shade here, and then I'll just kind of blend it across so it doesn't look so dramatic, especially for a day look. I don't want like super dramatic eyes. Okay, so I'll just blend that. eyeliner, I'm gonna try this Maybelline Eye Studio. Dip into the eyeliner there. I'm gonna use the mirror for this. It's nice to use like a cream liner because you can kind of blend it much easier than, you know, like a liquid liner. So that one I did a little bit too thick, but let's try the other one here. Go back to the eyeshadow and I use the darkest shade, the multitasker, and then I will use like a smaller brush like this and then go over the eyeliner and kind of just blend that in there. The eyeliner and kind of smoke that out a little bit. Okay. And then I can go back with the 217. And make sure it's all blended. Waterline, I use MAC's Pro, this is the PowerPoint eye pencil, and the color Stubborn Brown, and I usually just, I always water, I usually just go about midpoint. Gosh, when my eye is watering, it won't, doesn't apply, the color doesn't apply very well. That's done. And then I'm gonna do the brows. Oh, I use Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in dark brown. So for the brows, I usually just use this and I use a spoolie to kind of blend it out. I know there's a lot of people who are so particular with their brows and, you know, they go back with concealer and everything, and I don't really know how to do that. And I almost feel like if your brow is so defined, it almost makes it look kind of unnatural. So that's something that I actually avoid, trying to make my brows look so like perfectly shaped. So I just go with my natural hairline and just kind of, you know, draw. I use the brow wiz to kind of mimic like hair and just deepen it here a little bit. And then you take the spoolie. And just brush and blend everything. I don't really like, you know, pluck it and try to shape it or anything. Just like to keep it really natural. So the brows are done. And then now I will go with, I'll go ahead and start contouring. I like to use Hoola's, Benefit Hoola's contour. I used to use this, I still use this. It's from Hoola too. It's the Quickie contour stick. And the great thing about this stick is you can really define, you know, the area that you want to contour. And this stick is really cool because it starts off as a liquid, or not a liquid, but as a cream. And then as you're blending it, it turns into, okay, so I'm almost out of this. As you're blending it, it turns into powder. Or just so blends so perfectly. So I'll do like I'll define the cheekbones. I'll kind of draw underneath here just to sharpen the jawline. Then I'll add a little bit here on my forehead. I actually kind of like to contour down here too. So I'll just take another beauty blender and just blend everything. And then for the cheekbones, I kind of just like tap. Man, it just blends so perfectly. I really love this contour stick. And then you don't really have to do this, but sometimes I'll just go over it with the powder. Just to make sure everything is perfectly blended. Hello.
I'm gonna go gym now.
Okay. Is it almost 5:30?
It's 5:07.
Okay, and then for the oh gosh, I can't even see it. For the blush, I'm gonna try this Anastasia blush trio that I purchased. And let's go with this color here. And I'll just blend the blush and the contour. Together there. Okay, so before I do the lips, I like to apply the glue onto my lashes because I don't use the one with latex. I like to use the Sonia Kashuk's latex-free black eyelash glue. And the bad thing about this is it's so sticky, and you can't just like, you know, apply it to the lash and then put it on the eyelid, because if you do that, then when you try to remove it, it's a pain to remove. So you actually have to apply it on the lash and then let it completely dry, and then once it's all tacky, then you can apply it on your eyelash, and that takes like at least a few minutes. For the eyelash that I'm using, this is my favorite from Eylure, the Luxe Silk, and the style is called Radiant. And sometimes it is a little bit dramatic for the day, but if you just apply it really close to the lash line and not try to, you know, take the lash and like pull it back where you can really see, like, you know, the length and the dramaticness of it, it's okay for just a day look. So I went ahead and applied the glue to the lash, and I'm just gonna let it sit and let it dry. And while we're letting it dry, I'm going to apply my absolute favorite lip liner. I use MAC Boldly Bare. This lip liner is really close to my natural lip color, so I find it to be really the perfect nude shade for me. Okay. And for the most part, I actually just wear lip liner. I don't even bother to put lipstick, but today I'm gonna go ahead and put some lipstick on. But I know the perfect combination for Boldly Bare is usually, what is it, Velvet Teddy. Yeah, Velvet Teddy and Boldly Bare, they actually sell it as a kit. So let's go ahead and just apply. And for me, when I apply lipstick, I kind of just like to tap it onto my lip instead of, you know, swipe, because I feel like it just gives you, just kind of like that perfect coverage. Now I'm gonna go back with the second concealer. I like to use the Tarte Shape Tape because I feel like it just really brightens up under the eye, and it just looks like you just look flawless, like you slept all day long, even though I know I didn't. Okay. And also, like, after you apply the eyeshadow, sometimes you get a little bit of fallout, and then just doing the second step of concealer really kind of cleans that up and makes everything look bright. Oh, and the shade that I used for the Shape Tape is light medium. And I find this one kind of has like a yellow undertone, which works very well for my skin. Okay, and then now I will go back with eyeshadow. Like a flat brush like this, or you can just use kind of like a small eyeshadow brush. So this one is the E36. And then the flat brush is the E43. We could just use this one. And I will go into the second shade here. And just apply that. The good thing about the flat brush, it just kind of makes it easier just to kind of go across. Okay, and then I don't go with the super dark one, but I go the third to the darkest eyeshadow shade and just go over the eyeliner and just smudge the eyeliner. Hello. Blend it together. Hello. Hi. Love you. I love you, darling. Just blend that together there. Perfect. And that's it. So we're done with that. And then you can highlight a little bit with, I use Anastasia's Glow Kit. Fluffy brush from Morphe, the E53. And then I'll just take maybe one of these shades. Let's do Bubbly. I'm gonna kind of just add a little bit of highlight. Love you. And highlight the bridge of the nose, under the chin, and a little bit here on the forehead. I don't go crazy with the highlighter. Oh, and I'll also contour the bridge of my nose. Because I have a pretty small nose, but I feel like I don't have much of a bridge up here. So I just kind of,
I love squishies.
I just like to draw the illusion that I have.
I love painting something squishy.
There we go.
I love painting something
Okay, sweetheart, don't move mommy. Or else mommy's nose is going to look crooked. There we go. And this is a great brush. It's the Morphe E47. And it's just flat. And it's so perfect for like contouring and building this like bridge up here. So you can kind of, you know, draw where you want to contour, and then I'll just, you can kind of blend this. And I'll also take like a brush and make sure that it's nicely blended so it doesn't look so dramatic. Then I'll go back with the highlighter, kind of just blend everything together. I forgot to curl my lashes. So curl. So just curl your lashes. And then I just like to apply like a light mascara. I use L'Oreal's Telescopic Carbon. And this one is really great because the brush is so small that you can really get in there. And then you don't have to, of course, you don't have to apply like a lot of mascara because we're going to put false lashes on. So I'll just usually do like one layer. And then do the bottom lash. Now at this time the lash glue should be dry, and I've used these lashes several times already, so I've already fitted it to my eye. Just a tip, make sure that you really make like, you know, like fit the eyelash, because if you don't trim it and if it's too large, then it starts to look fake, or it does look fake. So I will just apply as close to the lash line as possible. And there you go. Hello, Audrey. Okay, so I'll apply the other side. And very important, you want to connect, you know, you want to connect your real lashes with the false lashes. So you definitely have to kind of pinch, and then what I do is like, I'll make sure that the lash glue is really, you know, stuck on there. Make sure the lashes blend well together.
Mommy, I like to make this.
Okay, baby. You do? Okay.
Yeah.
So just... Also, it's kind of, it'll kind of look more natural. Like, the lash will look like it's... obviously, nobody has lashes this long. But to make it look a little more natural, you take the lash. I don't know if you can see. I'll try to get really close. Oops. Try to get really close, but you want to kind of push it into, like, you know, like the lid like that, and then the glue will kind of go over the whole band. So I'll just check to make sure the eyelashes are glued, and that is basically it. So this is the final look. This is pretty much how I like to wear my makeup on a daily. That is when I do wear makeup. So even if I, switch out the colors, the application and technique is usually the same every single time. So if you like this video, I would love it if you would please subscribe. What else do people say? Give it a thumbs up. And as for the channel, we were thinking of, maybe doing a couple more makeup tutorials or some beauty tutorials. We love to do home improvements, so that's kind of, I think that'll be our main focus in the family and the house. And so yes, so hopefully you will continue to watch and stick around, and let's see where this goes. We'll do a lot of family stuff, and maybe do some vlogs. So hopefully you will tune in. Hello, my darling. Hopefully you'll tune in and
Look, it has a face on it.
it does, and stick around and watch. So thank you so much, and bye-bye. Have a great day. Bye.
First badge.
Wow! That is your first badge at Girl Scouts?
That's all the brownies get there.
Okay, you guys go. Audrey, hold on. Mommy's almost done. Hug. You go get some clothes and then we'll go to dinner, okay? Go get some clothes.
How's that? You gotta get some stuff from.
Okay. No, just go get it.
Sure, I love
We'll just do like a blooper reel here.
Are you still recording?
Mm-hmm. Okay, bye.